Hi guys, Gaming Bear here. Right, for the next day, the 17th of December, we've got the special, the M6A2E1, otherwise known as the Alien, which is on offer. So it's £42.77. It's a lot of money, but what do you get with that? You get 6,750 gold, and the mission times 5s. So, how much is the gold worth? So from £42.77, it comes out at £21.30. So if we take £21.30 off this, we're looking at, well, essentially £21.30 for the tank. So what can we get for £21.30? So for £21.30, we can get, coming all the way down, so you can actually get, looks like around about tier 7. So something at tier 7, the higher end of tier 7 is roughly the same sort of price, so you're normally looking for a tier 8 heavy, you're normally looking about £37. So the standard deal for this, for what you get, yes, you've got to buy the gold. If you need the gold, then you're saving half the price. So in a way it's quite a good deal, but if you don't need the gold, you can't buy this otherwise. So let's go and have a look at the tank and see what it's like. So let's have a look. We've got the standard offer. Let's open this up and go to the Alien. There we go. So about £21.30 for the tank. The Alien, there it is. I've been running 45% with this. It's not coming out the greatest. There's been a lot of power creep. There really has, and it's tricky to do well with it in the current environment, or in the environment as was. And it's the second time it's been on sale in a year. So is it worth it? Well, I think that could be why they've downgraded the price, because it's not the greatest of tanks. It used to be unusual, and at the time it was tough, but the issue is the hull armour is 191mm, and it's really relatively flat. There's not a lot that it's going to bounce. Tier 8, it's a problem for this. The gun isn't that accurate. And let's call this up. So 0.4 to 2.3 second aim time with dispersion of 0.42. Not good. Standard penetration at 198. Yes, you would have problems penetrating yourself, but you'd have problems penetrating other people as well. So you're probably about the only tank at this tier. Let's check the gun on the E5. So the gun on the E5, 230mm of standard pen. This is what you expect at tier 8 nowadays. And the Alien, you run 198. So you're looking 32 more penetration that this has lost. The APCR, 245. So to be able to get this to work anywhere close to what you need, you've got to be spamming premium with it, which is a pain in the behind. If you swap over to the E5, you are running as 259 with premium, 230 with standard, 259 with premium. The tank that was offered yesterday, this one is a better deal than the M6. It's just so sad for something that's had so much promise, that used to be good. The power creep has just done a number on it. So I'm going to plonk. Let's have a look. Find some binos. Put some binos in, because it's not even worth putting some optics in. It really isn't. I'd like it to be able to, but so without further ado, let's get into a game. See what it's like in the current environment. It's just sad that the power creep... Okay, it's a tier 9, so it could be worse. It could really be worse. But you really don't want to face any tier 10s in this. It's difficult to work ridges. It causes problems. The mobility isn't great. You're huge. Everyone will see you, and everyone who aims at you can penetrate you. And it's a target for arty, and we've got 3 arty per team. So that's going to be wonderful fun. So, yeah, so I've been running a 45% win rate with this, which really isn't good. And the reasons... So we'll see what we can do. Hopefully it'll outplay my expectations. I'm going to try and work the ridges, move over towards F9-ish, that sort of area. Try and get ready to work ridges. Oh, dude. Oh, he's let me through. Thank you so much. What a gentleman. He's probably just been looking at this. He's probably thinking, oh, he's just bought it. But no, I haven't. I've had this for a while. So this is the second one I've got. The first one I got was on the Russian server. So I'm going to move up, have those guys spotting. I'm going to try and work the ridge, push my way. I'm going to change what I'm doing. Going to HJ8-ish. Try and work the ridge and get ready to fire through. Assist the team. Try and use the hold down ability of this, and try and angle the armour. We've got no one in the centre. We've got no one spotting. I'm going to pull back because they're... Sadly, our light tanks appear not to know how to do their job. You can see by the size of the reticule that it's an issue. I'm going to try and back up these light tanks, but they're not doing their job. I've got an AMX moving that way. Can I get any shots on the IS? No. Just trying to secure the position. I know I should be moving up now, so let's head in. 1390 trying to push in towards our arty, so I'm going to move up to try and assist. The problem with this, you always get spotted, so normally I'd always be pushing up, trying different things, looking to snipe from range, because if you're moving, the gun's less accurate, and it's bad enough anyway. So you've really got to watch out. So let's see what we can do. Try and work this bit of a ridge, come in, assist the 25-2. They're pushing down the beach by the look of it, and they're going to be coming in behind the S51. And try and come and assist these guys and get up and out of the T-29's line of sight. Heck. In your face. 3 seconds. Oh, come on.
They're knocked out.
Hey, little badger. At least the turret's strong. He's gone. Okay, next. Surprisingly, we got 2 kills, but hey. So in some ways it's strong, in other ways it's not. Let's get into what we can do, see what we can do against that little Ferdy. Nice job. Now, where is their arty? They're slow to turn. I wish I hadn't had so many bad games in this. I really wanted it to work well, but I don't think it's done too badly. We've done 1,200 points of damage, so it could have been better. The aiming is an issue, and there we have the 55, 53, 55. And he's gone. And that's it. You're slow to get around the map. You're huge. Everyone knows where you are. And it's difficult to bounce shots, even though we did bounce a couple of shots, which is nice. So let's have a look at the overall picture. And I think this will probably be quite representative of... Oh, and we got a box, which is nice. So, let's have a look then. What did we get? Oh, a little smiley face. One more box available? Alright then. Shucks. Oh, a couple of items. And a little snowman. That's nice. So, let's see. So, with this, 2,100 experience, 61,000, almost 62,000 credits. Let's see. Middle of the road, 2 kills, 1,200. The mobility and the armour is an issue. I think this is quite a fair representation of what you'd end up doing with the tank. The accuracy, 8 shots, 6 hits, 5 pens. That seems pretty fair. This is sort of what the tank is like. And coming away with 52,000 credits, nice. So 1,000 base or 720 base, plus the premium bonus, plus an additional bonus for this tank, which is nice, for 2,200 experience. Overall, quite nice. Now, how are we running at the moment? 48%. I think it demonstrates quite well that in real terms, playing this, it's just underneath the cut. It doesn't... If it was coming into tier 9 games more often, then it'd be better. This really, to make it worthwhile, it would need to have preferential matchmaking, and it doesn't. And because you're up against tier 10s, which have got such... the best you can't do anything against, not easily at all, and your mobility doesn't let you get around the side of them. It causes issues. So for that reason, it's a subpar tank. It could be so much better. With preferential, it might make the difference, but it doesn't. Well, it hasn't got preferential, so that's why it doesn't. So the tank itself, there is a reason why they are charging so just this amount of money for it. I know there's £21 taking the gold into account. So yes, it's a £21 tank, but the reason it's a £21 tank is because it's not as good. So you've got to bear that in mind. You're basically getting a tier 8 heavy for the price of a tier 8 medium, a cheap tier 8 medium, and purely because your penetration is the same as really a tier 8 medium's gun, but you've got the characteristics of a tier 8 heavy. Tier 8 heavy's gun and DPM. So it just doesn't quite do it. It's just sad. It could have been so much better. And I can't recommend it. The price is okay. And for that reason, and because it's unusual, I might give it one pause because of that. But for the tank itself, I can't recommend it. I'm so sorry that I can't. I wish I could. But having played it and having it running sub 50%, it's just not doing it. It's unusual, but it's a little bit sad. It needs some help, and it's just not getting it. It needs someone to look after it. In a way, it's a bit like the TOG. It's huge, and everyone can get round it. Its armor's well, even though we had some bounces, we were looking at Tech Tree. We were looking at that Brit, which is really tier 7. Yeah, Black Prince tier 7. Well, no wonder he was bouncing. He's tier 7, you're tier 8, and it was a tier 9 game, so he was right down the bottom of the pack. Whereas this tank, if you weren't up against tier 7s, then, well, you'd be ripped to pieces. The number of tier 7s that went against this, like the T29 down the bottom, and then the Black Prince, he tried his hardest. And any normal tank of tier 8, and especially tier 9, would just take you to pieces. And it's just not a good tank. I wish it was. I've tried to make it good. I've tried to make it work. And it just doesn't. And you don't want to be close up in a battle. You don't want to be brawling. If you're firing from range, you've got the HE or potentially APCR to give you the some penetration at 200 to 500 meters. But that's the only way, and you've got to let the gun come on target, and it's not accurate. That 0.42 dispersion and 2.3 second aim time really causes you problems at range. You can't do snapshots with any accuracy, and if you're up close in a brawl, everyone apart from Black Prince, just as you saw then, would be able to get round the side of you. If he'd shot your track, he could probably get round the side of you as well. But luckily we had him in that situation, and I think just about any other heavy tank apart from the Black Prince would have been able to do a number on you. But because it was a Black Prince, he was the one in trouble. But yeah, back to the serious things. Sadly, it's less money than it should be, but the tank is less than it should be as well. So for a tier 8 heavy, it's a good deal. For a tier 8 heavy that's this tank, it's a sucky tank, sadly. It's a 45 to 50% tank. The numbers just show what it's like. It's an underpowered tank. Power creep has really mucked this tank up. The stats and the power creep just don't do it in the current environment, and that's why it's cheap. If you want a cheap tier 8, go for this, but I wouldn't recommend it. I would say save up your money and go for something like, if you want an American, go for something like a T34. It's a better deal. Or save up your money like yesterday. The T26E5 was a better deal than the E1. The Alien just doesn't get it. Yesterday's Patriot was absolutely wonderful. 55% tank. Look at the difference in the silhouettes. This is huge. It doesn't hide anywhere. The Patriot, you can pull in, hide, you've got better armour, and it just works. Everything seems better. The turret on this is pretty good. The 191 in the hull seems better, but you can see the angles and the sloping and the way the guns work, that the E5 just works. It's overpowered, it just does it. But the E1, it doesn't. I want it to. It never has, and unless they come up with something else, it never will. So I'm going to link to a review of this. I'm saying don't get it unless you have to, or unless you're a collector. It's just not worth it. I'm so sorry. I really am, and I can't say that strongly enough that I always feel so sorry for this tank. The Alien, it should be a menace on the battlefield, and it used to be back in the day, but it's lost it. It's lost its mojo, and it needs help. It's like the TOG. The TOG isn't a great tank, but everyone loves it. Maybe someone will love the Alien as well. It needs that love. Please, love the Alien, but just don't buy it. Love any that you see, and hope they're on the opposing team. Hope they're on the opposing team so you can take advantage of them. I'm so sorry it's got to be like this. And can you imagine this up against a T34? They'd get the same draws, but the T34 would just shoot straight through the front of this, and this on the other side just wouldn't be able to do it against the T34. Not unless you can get a good shot on the hull. Yeah, so sadly I've got to say no. So thanks for watching. See you on the next one. I'm the Gaming Bear, And this has been the Alien, or the M6A2E1. Bit of a mouthful. Huge tank. You get a lot for your money. It's a lot of tank for the money, but not in a good way. So, see you on the next one. Bye guys. See ya.